Hazardous driving conditions in Texas.
Hi everybody, I'm Bill Adler, and today we'll be discussing liability issues associated with collisions that happen during a period of hazardous driving conditions related to extreme weather. So let's dive right in.
There are many factors that all motorists must take into consideration when operating a motor vehicle. One of the most important factors is the driving conditions caused by the weather. Hazardous driving conditions can make even the safest of roads dangerous and deadly. Although Texas has some of the best designed and safest roadways in the United States, our Texas car accident lawyers know that this does not mean we are immune to hazardous driving conditions. This has been particularly true over the last year, where snow and icy conditions in February resulted in many accidents and road closures. Then dust storms and even a haboob, a massive dust storm, impacted the area by creating foggy conditions, which lowered visibility for drivers. Heavy summer rainstorms added to the mix, causing flood and treacherous driving conditions for motorists. Although some people may consider these acts of God and not negligence, our car accident lawyers at Jim Adler & Associates know that is not typically true. Texas law imposes certain duties and obligations on motorists during inclement weather. At the same time, certain federal regulations impose additional duties on commercial vehicle drivers and carriers. Liability in accidents caused by hazardous driving conditions. All drivers know that they need to control their speed within the speed limit. However, not all drivers realize that they may still be speeding if they are driving below the speed limit, but special circumstances warrant them slowing down. This applies to the law enforcement side of traffic offenses, meaning you could get a ticket, and on the civil side of personal injury, meaning you could get sued for driving negligently. For instance, Texas Transportation Law Section 545.351 requires that an operator may not drive at a speed greater than is reasonable and prudent under the circumstances then existing. This requires motorists to consider actual and potential hazards on the roads, and specifically, a special hazard, including weather or highway conditions. Therefore, if a motorist causes a Texas car accident because the defendant is driving too fast for the roadway conditions of icy, snowy, or rainy roads, or if a driver cannot see due to heavy rain or a dust storm, the defendant could be liable to victims who were injured in the crash. Our truck accident lawyers know that this statute applies to truck drivers too. There is an important federal regulation under the Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration, FMCSA, Section 392.14, which requires commercial drivers to slow their vehicles or even stop in hazardous conditions, including those caused by snow, ice, sleet, fog, mist, rain, dust, or smoke. A truck driver who fails to comply with this section may be liable under Texas law and FMCSA regulations.
If you've been injured in a collision during a period of hazardous driving conditions, you should call an experienced personal injury lawyer as soon as possible. Accidents that occur during extreme weather conditions can be complicated, and you need someone that understands the regulations and the codes related to liability in these situations. To set up a free, confidential consultation, call us today at 800-567-7575 or send us a message through our website, jimadler.com.